I am
Defiant.
I am
Defiant.
I am
I am.
I am
I am
Defiant.
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 I am.
I am.
I am defiant.
I am defiant. I am the villain. We are defiant.
Haskins, Ridgway, that dickhead mate of yours, Aries, come out here. You want to keep sneaking up with us, beating us up? That's fine. There's 4 of us now and 3 of you. So why don't you stop being pussies and get the fuck out here?
See, the truth is, there's actually a lot more than 3 of us right here, right now.
That's the IPW roster. The IPW roster. IPW are here. We are Defiant, not you! Last week, one of the most shocking moments in recent British wrestling history as the roster of IPW invaded Defiant. They hoped that they would end us. They hoped we would not be back, but we are still here and we are still Defiant. Dave Bradshaw here at ringside with James R. Kennedy. Nice of you to show up. Are you going to run off as soon as the first sign of trouble again?
Oh, come on, let's not start off on this note. I got a little scared. Anyone would be scared. Did you see what happened last week?
Yeah, I was there for all of it, unlike you.
Well, I've watched back footage, Dave Bradshaw, and I am glad that I personally made the right decision and got the hell out of Dodge.
At least at least me and you know where we stand. Maybe I'll return the favour one day. Anyway, lots to talk about, obviously. I know that the Defiant roster have a lot to say about the shocking conclusion of last week's show. Right now, let's take it to the ring and get things started. Well, that is the music of one half of the Defiant Tag Team Champions. And Jimmy Havoc, along with many other members of the Defiant roster, I'm sure, have plenty to say.
And oh, look at this, Bradshaw. Jimmy Havoc, he didn't come here to lead alone.
Joe Coffey here, Primate as well, Martin Kirby.
Hello.
This should be very interesting.
Well, I appreciate that. Let's save that for later. I've got something I want to say. Last week, a bunch of cocks wearing IPW t-shirts decided to come out to the ring and beat the fuck out of us. BT Gunn is not here tonight because he's got a concussion. Now, if this was any other day and I hadn't just got off of a 14-hour flight, I've had a few beers by now and I'll be ready to take their kneecaps out of the baseball bat. But, luckily for them, I'm not drunk yet. And I want to know why. So come on, you knobs. Come out here and tell us why you did what you did.
Well, this is the last thing we need.
I'm going to have a beer, then I'm going to take your fucking kneecaps.
This is the last thing we need, Bradshaw. More chaos.
Are they going to come? They got the guts when it's face to face.
They might not come down that ramp. Oh, they are.
Here we go.
Here comes Mark Haskins.
Mark Haskins, Damian Dunn, Rob Sharp. So many of these IPW guys, they attacked en masse last week.
Chris Ridgway is as well up there. This is one hell of a collective.
Hi, Jimmy. So you want to know what's going on? Why is it that we jump into your ring? Why is it we come to your house? Why is it we come here and beat the holy out of each and one of you. Shut the f up! It's real simple. Defiant, for lack of a better name, has been around for what? A year? IPW has been around long before this place was even dreamt of, and it'll be around when this place has crumbled and burnt to the ground. IPW is a place where some of the best wrestlers in the entire world have come and paved the way for guys like us.
I was champion for 2 years, mate, I do know.
You get it then. You get it that it's a place where guys like you and I, we get our break. We get the chance to step up and step into the ring with some of the best and prove that we are on their level. Yet Defiant has the audacity to run a pro wrestling World Cup and yet not have some of the best wrestlers in the world involved? What the f is up with that?
Askins has got a point, Bradshaw.
And then to top it all off, Stu Bennett finds out that Austin Aries has signed a new deal with IPW, and he doesn't want him to be exclusive. He wants him to come here. He wants just another former WWE superstar to turn up and what? Bring in another one of these brain-dead idiots to their show? This company doesn't care about the youth. This company doesn't care about the future. And this company doesn't care about the other companies that have paved the way. So we made our mark. We stepped up. We were defiant. We proved that we will do what we want. And now we have your world championship. And we are going to burn this place to the fucking ground.
Go on then.
These people in Leeds do not want to hear from Chris Ridgway.
Who would? Who would want to hear from any of these idiots?
How have you interrupted someone before they started speaking, you fucking idiots? While we're talking about titles, I've got my own one. I've got my own. Yours, Primate. This place, they made you famous, right? How about I make you more famous?
Oh.
Why don't you put your hardcore belt on the line tonight? Against me? Why don't we have a fucking fight?
For one reason, because you don't work here all night. Primate with the headbutt.
Chris Ridgway obviously doesn't know much about Primate. Otherwise, he would have known not to get in the hardcore icon's face.
You know what? Maybe Chris Ridgway should be careful what he wishes for.
Primate looks like he's ready for a
Yeah,
fight.
not so brave now, our backs aren't turned, are you?
So it sounds like
That's right, walk away.
the match is on. Chris Ridgway apparently going to challenge Primate for the Defiant Hardcore title. If that's official, that's surely going to be our main event. It's all coming up tonight here in Leeds.
Aside from my soul, there goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight.
We've had physical invasion over the past couple of weeks, and now a spiritual invasion. It has already taken over the soul of Liam Slater, the ever creepy Pastor William Eber.
The following contest is a singles bout set for one fall. This match has a 20-minute time limit. Going to the ring at this time, accompanied by Pastor William Eber from Bradford, weighing in tonight at 187 pounds. He is now the disciple, Liam Slater.
So Liam Slater apparently calling himself the disciple now, and that is exactly what he is as far as Pastor William Eber is concerned. But the plot continues to thicken. It's not just Slater who this man's affected. Jørn Simmons apparently in the congregation as well. And a couple of weeks ago, Simmons carried off Prince Amin. We haven't seen Amin since.
And this man coming out right now, he's not very happy about it, Bradshaw. He wants to get to the bottom of all of this.
His opponent from Nottinghamshire.
Oh, Gabriel Kidd straight in. Kidd, with no time for introductions, taking it to Liam Slater. As you said, James, Gabriel Kidd, the best friend of Prince Amin, obviously very concerned about the whereabouts of his friend.
And there was a time when Gabriel Kidd considered Liam Slater one of his best friends as well. Those days are over after what happened at We Are Defiant and recently here in Defiant Wrestling.
We've talked numerous times about the intensity of Gabriel Kidd, and it is on full display here against Liam Slater, two of the hottest young guns in British wrestling, going at it, but Kidd has come out of the blocks, all guns blazing.
Kidd's head cannot be in the game. You think about his best friend, Prince Amin. He's missing in action. Where is Amin?
Big backdrop from Kidd on Slater. And as I said a minute ago, Jørn Simmons, of course, not here either. He was the one who carried out Prince Amin, so the whereabouts of two members, or one member of the congregation and one unknown, I guess, in Prince Amin, yet to be determined.
Look at this, Gabriel Kidd looking to end this early. He's not concerned with the 1, 2, 3. Kidd wants to do some damage to his ex-friend Slater.
Slater lying in a very vulnerable position. And a running elbow from Gabriel Kidd.
Well, nothing brotherly, nothing spiritual about that from Kidd. All physical. William Eber looks on. Something about this man, Bradshaw, that gives me the creeps.
Well, don't forget, we now know what our main event is this week on Defiant. The Defiant Hardcore title going to be on the line as Kidd grabs hold of Pastor William Eber, and Slater, it's the most animated Slater's been all day.
Absolutely. This disciple, as he's been called, Brother Liam Slater, coming to the aid of Pastor William Eber. And now back inside the ring.
Well, as I was saying before that happened, hang on a second, there's a cover from Slater, a 2 count. He's going to go into the half crab. Gabriel Kidd struggling and writhing in pain. Look at Slater nodding at William Eber, looking for the approval, the assent of his new master.
It's hard to know what this is all about. Why have these men targeted not only Gabriel Kidd, but Prince Amin as well? Jørn Simmons involved? Are you kidding me? A monster like him?
As I was saying, the hardcore title in the main event, Primate going to defend against IPW's Chris Ridgway. Let us know who you think is going to walk out of here with the Defiant Hardcore title tonight using the hashtag, as always, We Are Defiant.
Well, we're almost getting hardcore between Slater and Kidd, these two young lions.
Uranagi into the backbreaker from Liam Slater, who once again looks over at Eber to check that he approves of everything that he as disciple is doing here.
Hey, I'm sitting out here taking some managerial tips from Pastor William Eber. This man has complete control over not his client, but Brother Liam.
Slater.
This man considers him his brother.
Oh, Slater took too long as he was receiving instructions, and he's going to pay for it as Gabriel Kidd lifts him over his head back into the middle of the ring. There's that running kick from Kidd.
The former internet champion, a house of fire, and this live crowd in Leeds love it.
Kidd has won several matches with that running kick. Kidd getting this crowd here in Leeds fired up. Slater grabbed that right leg of Gabriel Kidd, crosses it over. He's maybe going to look for a side suplex. Kidd fights his way out.
Oh, smart from Kidd. Oh!
DDT from Gabriel Kidd. He'll float over into the side press for 2 and only 2 as Slater kicks out.
The more and more you watch Gabriel Kidd at work, you cannot fail to be impressed with what this young man has achieved in less than 2 years, Bradshaw. It's important to remember that.
Yeah, still just 20 years old is Gabriel Kidd. Kidd will charge again. Slater dodged it that time. Boot to the face. Young man from Nottingham, Gabriel Kidd. Slater, for his part, a Yorkshireman, although he's not going to get a lot of crowd support from this Yorkshire crowd. And a camel clutch from Gabriel Kidd.
And those big crossface blows from Kidd. Oh, wait a minute.
Now, what is that? That looks like... That is Prince Amin's magic carpet.
And not only has the referee spotted it, but Gabriel Kidd has too.
Some mind games here from Eva, apparently.
Oh, look at this man up in the ring apron. Gabriel Kidd incensed by what he is seeing.
Kidd trying to unload on Eva. Needs to keep his eyes on what's going on in the ring, though. Here comes Slater. Slater, a crucifix! Look at that crucifix. Look at the power with which Gabriel Kidd...
Oh, we've seen this before from Slater.
Apparently he now calls that the holy headbutt, the cover from Liam Slater, and Slater steals the win from Gabriel Kidd.
Here is your winner, Liam Slater.
Liam Slater looked like he was about to have to tap out to Gabriel Kidd until Pastor William Eva got involved with those mind games, throwing in that treasured belonging of Prince Amin, distracting Kidd, and your winner here on Defiant, Liam Slater.
The killer in you with the power in me. Pleased to meet you, so good to see. The killer in you will keep me alive. Back to back, South Sac.
Time for action from the Defiant Women's Division. And a woman who believes she should be in line for a shot at the Defiant Women's Championship on her way to the ring.
The following is a triple threat match set for 1 fall. This match has a 20-minute time limit. Coming to the ring at this time, hailing from UK Cliff, this is Little Miss Roxxy.
Well, Little Miss Roxxy has a point to prove this week on Defiant after losing to Millie McKenzie, who's going to be one of her opponents in this triple threat match. One of the bigger upsets we've seen here on Defiant in some time.
It was a huge upset, no doubt about it. Since then, Little Miss Roxxy, she had a shot at Kaylee Ray, the Defiant Women's title. Came up a little bit short. But, you know, Little Miss Roxxy, a lot to prove here in Defiant Wrestling. It all starts tonight. Another big challenge, though.
Introducing the second competitor, wrestling out of Liverpool, England, Brookside!
Brookside, the daughter of the legendary Robbie Brookside, who of course is now a lead trainer at the WWE Performance Center in Orlando. Zaya becoming a very accomplished competitor herself. Born in just 1999.
I'm feeling old. Are you kidding me? I was born in 1998. This is amazing. Something almost in common with Zaya Brookside.
You are full of it. Here comes the third piece of this three-part women's puzzle.
And now introducing the third and final competitor in this one-fall triple threat match, Millie McKenzie!
is even younger than Zaya Brookside, born in the year 2000. She calls herself the first 21st century badass. She's going to look to prove it here if she can build on that debut win that she got against Little Miss Roxxy one-on-one.
So we have the last ever 20th century badass, the first ever 21st century badass, and a whole lot of Roxxy inside that ring. This is a powder keg that's about to go off. And by the way, Bradshaw, on the subject of 1998, 1999, I believe that's when I had my first shave.
You just told me you were born in 1998.
Well, I was a very hairy baby.
Anyway, underway here, one full triple threat match, so of course, got to have eyes in the back of your head here. You could lose this match without being involved in the decision.
A powder keg of a situation, but look at the focus on Little Miss Roxxy's face. Oh, that might have been a mistake.
This one, not exactly the friendliest of starts. These three looking to make waves in an increasingly competitive women's division here. Brookside went for a clothesline. Big German suplex from McKenzie.
It's hard to believe that Millie McKenzie is only 17 years of age.
That impact from that German suplex on Roxxy was quite something from McKenzie. McKenzie goes to the corner. Roxxy wasn't there. She puts her boots up, but it's a backcracker from the second rope.
That's what Roxxy brings.
And Roxxy went into the midsection of Zaya Brookside. Roxxy will go to the ropes, and Little Miss Roxxy.
Oh, just a big boot right to the side of Brookside's head.
Yeah, she's neutralized McKenzie. Can she now put away Brookside? Not just yet, but Miss Roxxy clearly, after those two losses you talked about, with a point to prove here.
Oh, I didn't talk about them, but apparently you can't stop talking about them.
Why can't you talk about them? You got a crush on Little Miss Roxxy.
Oh, don't you start. You know fine well that I have a friendship with Drake. Don't you be spreading these rumors.
As if you have friends.
Drake's my only friend. But anyway, here's a cover.
There is the cover, another 2 count.
You know what they say, keep your friends close, your enemies closer. There's a bit too many people close to me these days.
Yeah, why don't you run away? It's what you normally do.
Oh, come on.
Little Miss Roxxy sends Brookside into the corner, and McKenzie again has been out of this. It's the early going. There's a Hurricane Rana from Brookside. Single leg drop hit right into the face of Roxxy. Roundhouse kick. It's a cover. Brookside could win it, but McKenzie breaks it up.
Well, we're seeing the future of women's wrestling right here before our very eyes on Defiant. And now look at this, Millie McKenzie teeing off on Zaya Brookside's face.
Imagine being the daughter of Robbie Brookside. What a wrestling upbringing that must mean she has had. Imagine the legends of British wrestling that she has grown up around. Cover by McKenzie, and Roxxy breaks it up. But a couple of examples in the last minute or so of how difficult it is to win a triple threat match, because just when you think you've got one of your opponents covered, the other one stops it from happening.
No doubt, this is a very dangerous situation. One of these women is going to have everything in their corner to come out the victor in this, including luck.
No official word on this being a #1 contenders match or anything of that nature, but you do have to think that the winner of this one will rocket up the rankings in terms of who the next challenger might be for our Defiant Women's Champion, Kaylee Ray.
Well, Little Miss Roxxy, the only one who has had a shot at Kaylee Ray. She knows what the Women's Champ is all about. Millie McKenzie and Zaya Brookside would love that opportunity. It's Roxxy's job to stop that from happening.
McKenzie, a couple of forearms right into the face of Roxxy.
Oh, that's what I love about Roxxy, just so brutal, so uncompromising. It gets the job done. Okay, as you point out, time and time again, Roxxy's had a couple of losses. Ain't going to hold her back. She's the kind of female athlete that will always move forwards.
Roxxy moves forward, feet first, right into the back of Millie McKenzie there.
To your point, though, Bradshaw.
She'll go for the cover, and Roxxy, and another kick out this time from Brookside.
Exactly to your point. You must have eyes on the back of your head if you want to come out on top.
Holding the arm, and repeatedly those forearm smashes from Brookside, who's showing a real aggression here.
Yeesh.
Brookside for the ropes. Takes her down by the head. The cover. Brookside to win it. quite. Referee Steve Linsky with a job on to keep control of these three in here.
No doubt, but Millie McKenzie, she is out, the 17-year-old, out of the picture right now.
No, we counted her out before. Oh my! Brookside.
Spoke too soon, here she comes.
And McKenzie has shown just how resilient she is recently. There's that spear. Maybe McKenzie could steal another one here. McKenzie with the German suplex. How impressive is this 21st century's first badass?
17 years old. Oh, the flexibility of Roxxy.
Backcracker from Roxxy, oh. That will slow McKenzie down.
McKenzie rolling out of the ring again.
And Roxxy trying again to stamp her authority back on this match. She lost control of it for a couple of minutes there. Brookside not letting her do it. And oh my goodness. Cover from Brookside, and Brookside wins it! Brookside pins Roxxy, what a win!
Here is your winner, Brookside!
Brookside got a win over Little Miss Roxxy. Millie McKenzie on the outside, I don't think she even realised that the match is over. Well, now she does.
I think that Brookside has just swarmed in to Defiant Wrestling and stole the thunder of Millie McKenzie, and I don't think the 17-year-old is too delighted about it.
So Brookside, your winner. Great triple threat match here in the Defiant Women's Division.
Mike Bailey, you are still walking. But the only reason you are still walking is my weakness. I shouldn't have stopped. I should have tore your leg clean off. Next week, I'm going to rectify my own mistake. Next week, I'm going to break your leg. Next week, I'm going to kill your gimmick.
He is the man, perhaps, who throws the biggest temper tantrums in all of pro wrestling. Maybe David Starr should have that to his nickname.
The following contest is a singles bout set for one fall. This match has a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, he is the dream in your coffee, the favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler, the Jewish cannon, the physical embodiment of charisma, the most entertaining man in professional wrestling, the Randy Sanders of professional wrestling, Mr. American Runner, TV Wrestling, the 104-minute man, the main event, he's really good at Twitter, the king of taunts, the product, David Starr!
Well, David Starr has been accompanied out here by El Ligero, who excuse us, is harassing us here. They were harassing me at least at the commentary table. Now, what does this mean? Does this mean that David Starr, despite his denials, is indeed now part of the Prestige?
Well, 2 weeks ago, David Starr sat out with us on commentary. Did a hell of a job, by the way. And these men were involved too. Don't forget the Prestige. Oh, thank you.
Well, here it comes.
His opponent, from Tipton, Dudley, England, weighing tonight at 187 pounds, Chris Brookes!
Now, 2 weeks ago, as you say, when David Starr lost to Travis Banks, the Prestige and Starr launched an attack on the Kiwi Buzzsaw, and the rest of CCK, Kid Lycos and Chris Brookes, who you're seeing here, came out to make the save for Travis Banks. Oh! Takes out Brooks. Starr will launch to the top and middle rope. My God.
Well, David Starr living up to that Jewish cannon nickname, isn't he?
Starr goes for a cover, and in fact, in that beatdown after that match, or rather after that beatdown, I should say, David Starr backstage, back in the locker room area, beat up Kid Lycos, so he is not here. Brookes is out here on his own.
Well, that was the point I was going to make, Bradshaw, before David Starr, the product, gave me his ring jacket. I wonder where he gets these made. It's better than mine.
It's definitely better than yours, but that's a fairly low bar. Oh, God. Look at this from Brookes.
Oh, speaking of low.
Brookes apparently into the ear of David Starr. I don't condone that, but it could hardly happen to a nicer guy, could it?
I don't agree with the language here in Leeds, but I agree with the sentiment.
Starr, and Brookes on the ropes. Ligero tripped him up.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. It was right in front of
Oh,
you.
come on. I saw it clear as day. Chris Brookes clipped the bottom rope with his heel and fell over. That's all that happened.
And Ligero putting the boot in on Brookes here. Brookes is in trouble as referee is not looking. This is not a no disqualification match. If referee Steve Linsky saw what was happening, then Starr could have been out of it there. Ligero, very sly. It's good for a 2 count. Well, this may not be a no disqualification match. What I was about to say is coming up in just a few moments' time is a match where there are no disqualifications whatsoever. The Defiant Hardcore title on the line as Primate takes on and hopefully defeats Chris Ridgway.
Well, it's essential, critical, as David Starr with a big cross body into the corner goes for the cover.
There you go for one here and another 2 count.
It's critical that Primate holds on to that Defiant Hardcore title. If Chris Ridgway gets his hands on that, who knows what could happen?
We saw and heard from the IPW roster at the top of the show. We heard Mark Haskins saying that they are here to take over Defiant Wrestling, who they believe have absolutely no right to have a prominent position on the British wrestling scene. IPW has been around for longer. As Ligero is choking out Brookes here.
Well, hey, 2 weeks ago when David Starr joined you on commentary, Dave Bradshaw, he had a little cup of tea, and within a cup of coffee, he could do away with Chris Brookes. Brookes may well join Kid Lykos, his tag team partner in CCK, on the injury list.
I still don't get this from Starr. Why? When he was on commentary with me, he kept on denying that he's part of the Prestige. But El Ligero's out here playing cheerleader. What more evidence do we need that Starr has aligned himself with El Ligero and Joe Hendry?
Well, I do agree that in order to reap the benefits of the club, you must be part of it in the Prestige. However, David Starr, one hell of an athlete, an alpha male.
He's on a losing streak, though.
Come on.
Lost 2 in a row to Mike Bailey, and then that loss to Travis Banks that we talked about.
Yawn. Do not let facts get in the way of a good story.
Oh, that's your journalistic policy, I know that. Oh, Brookes takes a boot to the face, and here's the product recall.
Wow.
From the product David Starr.
And just dumps Chris Brookes right out here, and senior official Steve Linsky now starting the count. And El Ligero, almost taunting one half of CCK. Look at this.
I think Starr was happy to push Brookes out of the ring and wants to pick up a win by countout. Anything to get back in the winner's column.
Did you see what I just saw, Bradshaw? A handshake between David Starr and El Ligero. I'm digging this kind of alliance.
Yeah, Brookes is back in the ring. He got in with a couple of seconds left, and Starr will continue to try and put the final touches on what he thinks is soon to be a victory.
Well, he's long overdue one, is the product, and I'm still impressed with this ring jacket. Hey, this is high quality stuff.
David Starr about to attack Brookes again, but this crowd are getting under the skin of this American star. He took too long. Brookes counters. Brookes with a victory roll. Not quite enough for the victory. Chops now from this Chris Brookes, part of CCK. Turns him inside out, does Starr.
Beautiful.
Dumps him face first. There's a brainbuster from Brookes. Very even contest here between Starr and Brookes.
You're not kidding, but El Ligero is still a big factor at ringside in the corner of the Jewish canon, David Starr.
And maybe that is exactly why Starr, in fact, I'm sure it's why David Starr has aligned himself with the Prestige. He wants that difference maker that can snap that losing streak for him.
Well, who wouldn't?
There's more dignified ways to do it than putting yourself with El Ligero and Joe Hendry. Ligero grabbing the boot now of Brookes.
Oh!
Starr takes out Ligero!
Oh no, that's not good.
Here comes Brookes. A knee right into the temple of David Starr.
Oh, David Starr's in trouble here.
And oh my! Brookes takes out Starr. Is that enough to claim the win? It might be, and it very nearly was.
Of course it's not enough. Are you kidding me? David Starr, one of the finest pro wrestlers on planet Earth. He can kick out of anything, Dave Bradshaw. Mark my words, David Starr will make light work of Chris Brookes and move on.
You know, call me a traditionalist, but the greatest stars in pro wrestling tend to win their matches. Maybe Starr will win it here, small package, but it's a 2.
Oh.
Knee right into the face of Brookes from Starr. And another one sends Starr to the outside.
Hey, and El Ligero still down on that far side also. Chris Brookes has something else.
Maybe he's going to try and make sure that Starr stays down instead. Brookes gets DDT'd right on that hard corner of the ring apron. Big lariat from David Starr.
Here we go, here we go. Starr's feeling it.
Drops him on his knee. Will that do it? It could. He's got both legs wrapped up. Brookes again, once again, found a way to survive.
That had to be 3. Right, that had to be 3.
Well,
There's no way Chris Brookes kicked out of that one. That was a poor, poor call from the official, in my humble opinion.
It happened right in front of your eyes.
These shades sometimes a little bit dark for rooms like this. Maybe I should have worn a lighter pair. I didn't quite see that one.
Well, you saw IPW come in last week, didn't you? You saw that pretty quickly.
Absolutely.
Anyway, David Starr maybe going for a shining wizard, but Brookes tried to roll him up. Kick to the side of the head. Now Starr will send Brookes to the ropes again. Brookes into the octopus hold. Octopus hold, that is one of Chris Brooks' trademark moves. He's made some of the best wrestlers in Britain tap out with that. Ligero is on the ring apron.
Ever resourceful El Ligero, the prestigious Mexican sensation. Brookes needs to turn around.
Starr has rolled up Brookes. He'll try again for the cover. Again, Starr collides with El Ligero. Brookes rolls him up, and oh, Chris Brookes wins it. Chris Brookes, the winner.
Here is your winner, Chris Brookes.
El Ligero and David Starr unloading here on Chris Brookes. Starr can't believe he's lost again.
But that's not the big story here. The story is that Chris Brookes is about to join Kid Lykos in the hospital.
Or is he? Here comes Travis Banks, returning the favor for Chris Brookes. And look how quickly David Starr and El Ligero got out of there when Travis Banks hit the ring.
I can't blame them for that. The Kiwi buzzsaw is something else. El Ligero has a steel chair, and he still won't come in the ring. That's how dangerous Banks is.
Oh, now Joe Hendry's out here, and sadly he's got a microphone.
Travis Banks, do not think that this is over for a second, because we have a common enemy, the Prestige, my prestigious brother, and our new prestigious friend David Starr. We want to get rid of you, Travis Banks. It would be such a shame if we beat you so badly that you'd have to go back to New Zealand, wouldn't it?
Whoa. Hey!
Oh, stop singing.
Good.
We are going to do anything that it takes to remove you from Defiant Wrestling.
Now wait a minute.
What?
That's the music of the Iron King.
There was a time when Joe Hendry was happy to see Joe Coffey. Those days are gone.
Well, Ali Garrett's stolen my chair.
I wish you'd steal your voice.
I would stay there if I were you. I've got the higher ground. Just remember that. Try it. Try it if you want. You fling the chair like Sabu, I'll knock it back in your head. I suggest taking a walk down that ramp before I come shove your head up your arse, alright? Oh. Anyway, before I was rudely interrupted by the Prestige over here.
That's not their name.
No, it took a lot for me to get here today from Glasgow. You wouldn't believe the travel that I've had. Okay, so I'm extremely pissed off. And to see you three pricks running about, it's making me more angry. And you will not like me when I am angry. Now, as I was travelling down here, my pal, Stu Bennett, dropped me a message. He also wished everyone in Leeds a Merry Christmas and all the best for the bells and all that.
What a sucker.
But he sent me a message and he was like, Joe, I know you're one of the locker room leaders in Defiant Wrestling. And I said, Stuart, yes I am. Yes I am, Stu Pot. And he has given me the authority tonight to make any match I would like.
That can't be right, Bradshaw.
I'm listening.
Well, you're not far off. There is going to be a war. And it's going to be between you, and me. No, but not tonight. It's going to be in 2 weeks. And the thing is, don't boo because it's going to be worth it. I'm not nuts. I might be from Glasgow, but I'm not nuts. I want you and you in a handicap match.
Coffee just put himself
Both of yous.
in a 2-on-1 handicap.
You
Well,
can
that's
try it
smart.
right now. I'll knock you back down that fucking stage.
Oh.
And there's one more thing. There's a wee NB, nota bene, at the end of the email. Latin, nota bene. It's a wee add-on. And funnily enough, your name was attached to it. And since I have the power to do anything I damn well please tonight, next week, you and Austin Aries, just to show I've got no hard feelings. I don't care about them. We're still pals, okay? We are all pals. Just to show there is no hard feelings, Travis Banks. Next week, it's going to be you and Austin Aries for the Defiant Championship.
Oh my! Joe Coffey just made Travis Banks the #1 contender!
See you soon.
Travis Banks against Austin Aries next week in our main event for the Defiant Championship, or another main event on the way next. It's going to be Primate and Chris Ridgway for the Hardcore title. Don't go anywhere. So main event time here on Defiant, the Hardcore title about to be defended. And what happens if Ridgway wins this? IPW would be in possession of the Defiant Hardcore Championship.
Hey, you're not kidding. Those guys already have the Defiant World Championship. They could go hardcore and make it 2 for 2 in terms of title belts here in Defiant Wrestling.
The following contest set for one fall. It has a 30-minute time limit, and it will decide your Defiant Wrestling Hardcore Championship. Introducing first the challenger, representing IPW. This is Smashmouth Chris Ridgway.
Chris Ridgway walked right past us here, and my broadcast partner, in another fit of courage, decided to cower behind me.
Well, you're bigger than me, you know how it is. I'm too pretty to get hurt, Dave Bradshaw. I can't be doing with this.
Yeah, and you're faster than me, as we found out last week.
Well, in any event, Chris Ridgway, don't forget, he was the one who challenged Primate for the Hardcore title, not the other way around. Ridgway had something in mind, and he has company at ringside.
Yeah, Robert Sharp and Damien Dunn lurking in the corner of the challenger. I said it earlier, Chris Ridgway, be careful what you wish for, because here comes one of the most dangerous men on this planet.
Introducing the champion, representing Defiant Wrestling, he's of
our first ever hardcore champion. He's defended it against all comers. A man who seemingly feels no pain. Whereas Chris Ridgway, I would suggest, and his gang of goons he's brought with him, may be about to experience an awful lot of pain.
Well, you know, I've watched Chris Ridgway quietly from afar for years. Some of my friends sent me footage on this man for a long, long time now. Although I have never seen him one-on-one with a monster like Primate. Look at this.
Well, Ridgway has already grabbed the hardcore title. Not yours yet.
Oh, yet may be the key word there, Bradshaw.
Yeah.
Ridgway's certainly confident.
Ridgway can keep dreaming. Primate, I hope, is about to eat this guy for breakfast. Double clothesline. And Primate was part of that shocking conclusion to last week's episode where Ridgway and the rest of these IPW thugs attacked everyone here at ringside. Well, nearly everyone, not you, of course.
Hey, I had to get to stepping. Again, too pretty to get hurt. That's something Primate could never be accused of, and not exactly something the hardcore champ's bothered about either.
Chris Ridgway's face may be about to be rearranged by Primate. Not sure how many of those forearms any human being could take to the face. The double clothesline. Both men down early.
Primate lives for this competition. IPW or not, Primate wants to destroy any human male who stands in his path. Chris Ridgway is no different.
Primate and Ridgway again going, and look at this outside the ring. Look at the intensity. And Damien Dunn and Robert Sharp are staying as far away from Primate as they can. My God, look at that.
You have to wonder how long that's going to last, though. Primate doesn't want to be out here. It's 3-on-1 effectively. Oh, my word.
Goodness me. Right into the crowd barrier.
Hey, they're coming this way.
They've done some damage to the front row. Oh, my goodness.
Ridgway making a statement here in the main event of Defiant.
Being thrown from pillar to post as the hardcore champion. Now being choked out, of course, remember.
Oh,
obviously,
no. Oh, no.
Oh, here we go. Well, there's no disqualification. Hardcore title's on the line. These two can do what they like. Sharp and Dunn putting the boot in on Primate.
I told you, Bradshaw, the longer Primate was outside that ring, it was going to turn into 3-on-1. No doubt about it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Well, these men are dangerous thugs, Bradshaw.
Yeah, well, clearly Ridgway doesn't believe he can win on his own. Ridgway is continuing to take the fight to Primate.
The hardcore champ's in trouble.
He is in some trouble. It's 3-on-1. What do you expect?
Well, do you want to get up and help Primate? I'm not.
No, I know you're not.
Yeah, I'm fixed to run away again if this gets a little bit more hairy.
Yeah, you didn't need to say that. We all know that. Showed your true colours last week, didn't you? Anyway, Primate's thrown back into the ring, and it may be the safest place for him at the moment because at least Dunn and Sharp are not in there. There's a spear from nowhere! From nowhere! Nail him, Primate!
Again, Primate lives for this. The hardcore champ ain't done yet.
Primate, once again, striking again and again into the side of the cranium of Chris Ridgway. Oh, triangle choke! The triangle choke from Ridgway. Primate's got caught. Primate has been caught. He's gonna, remember there's no point going to the ropes. It's no disqualification, so he's gonna have to power his way out here.
Primate don't need no ropes, or maybe he does. Ridgway with these big elbows to the top of Primate's head.
He's returning the favour is Ridgway. That's what Primate did to him a minute ago. And finally, Primate finds the power, that raw, animalistic power that got him out of trouble.
Primate's hurt. He's a wounded animal after that vicious 3-on-1 assault.
Primate is recovering. Ridgway getting to his feet as well. Dunn and Sharp in the corner looking increasingly worried. Primate went for the spear again.
Oh, beautiful German suplex from Chris Ridgway.
Yeah, and he's holding on. Ridgway gonna try and hit a second one. Primate with the reversal. Primate, once again, he's trying to hold on. Ridgway counters. They are exchanging German suplexes here.
Turnabout's fair play. What a match we're experiencing. IPW involvement or not.
Primate really doesn't have a chance to go outside of the ring to go for weapons because, of course, there's 2 IPW guys out there.
Well, you're absolutely right. Primate does not dare leave that wrestling ring.
Ridgeway, another German, this time with the bridge, and it was nearly enough, but Primate kicked out.
Ridgeway questioning senior official Steve Linsky, wanted that 3 count a little bit faster.
And if this becomes a wrestling match, I'd say this favours Ridgeway. Primate wants a brawl. That's what brought Primate to the dance. And Ridgeway, a kick to the side of the head, and then the heel right into the back of the skull.
Ridgeway's in complete control of this title match.
Ridgeway, the penalty kick on Primate. Ridgeway could take the hardcore title, but he was just a half second away from claiming a Defiant championship for IPW. What would that mean?
Well, this is certainly the most unique hardcore title match we have seen in Defiant Wrestling. Chris Ridgeway bringing something different to the hardcore division. Could that be the future of that title?
Crowd here clearly Defiant faithful, so to speak. They are very much on the side of Primate as Ridgeway ascends to the top turnbuckle.
This could be all she wrote, Bradshaw.
Ridgeway for maybe a double foot stomp. Primate got him. Oh, Primate! Renegade choke! And he rings the bell! Referee rang the bell!
Here is your winner, and still Defiant Wrestling Hardcore Champion, Primate!
Primate, he tapped! I don't know what Ridgeway's problem is. He tapped!
Hey, I'm not too sure that Chris Ridgeway did tap out. That was a quick call from senior officials. Hey, I'm agreeing with you. Hey, I agree with you. This man doesn't.
Well, these IPW guys are furious. They are saying that Ridgeway didn't tap, but the official decision, whether they like it or not, is that Primate retains the hardcore title via tap out, and maybe, just maybe, Defiant Wrestling has struck a blow back against IPW.
Next week, I'm going to break your leg. Next week, I'm going to kill your gimmick.
Just to show there is no hard feelings, Travis Banks, next week it's going to be you and Austin Aries for the Defiant Championship.